So I wanted to start off with these unemployment rates, which are so much better than we expected after our pandemic recession of last year. And the point now that there's going to be competition for labour, there's going to be a scarcity of labour in this country. How real is that threat?
Oh, it's really big, especially for the big cities and the big tourism destinations. This is where the tourism and hospitality sectors are hit very quickly with labor shortages, simply because they can't get labor from overseas to the same degree that they were used to do before the pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. So there's been such a slow wages growth in this country in the past. Are we getting to the stage where we're going to see competition for workers and therefore some wage increases?
Logic dictates that we will see that. The simple argument is that as we have fewer workers around to fill all the jobs that are emerging in the economy, the different regions, the different companies must compete for the qualified workers. And the easiest lever they have to compete for workers is to amp up wages. So we should see a general wage growth as long as the borders are closed, which of course is much needed because we struggled with stagnating wages for way too long, which of course is hurting the middle class.
Yeah, well, that's fascinating. Nobody expected to be here. Now, what sort of level does the jobless rate need to get down to before we start to see those pressures play out? It's 5.5% now. What do we consider to be full employment?
By now, we'd say this is, of course, anybody's guess, because at the moment we got 750,000 or so unemployed people. They could, in theory, fill jobs, but they don't perfectly match the relevant qualifications that these jobs need. And they don't even sit in the right geographies. So we don't really know where it is. We say, as a rule of thumb, probably 4.5% should be seen as full employment, meaning if you operate as a business in a country of full employment, you have absolutely no way of filling the new jobs that you create, and you really run into a problem then.
And finally, Simon, where are the jobs? Is there a problem here with the jobs being where the people aren't? Are Australians going to need to move around the country to fill these jobs, or are we looking okay from that point of view?
So we've seen all the tourism destinations that traditionally rely on migrants and essentially young migrant workers to fill those jobs. They don't have enough people to fill the hospitality jobs. So it's the hospitality sector in the big tourism destinations, your Cairns, your Townsvilles, even your Sorrento in Victoria, that see big skills shortages already.
Simon, thanks so much for joining us. Have a good weekend.
My pleasure.
Simon Kuestenmacher there, who's founder of Demographics Group, with the good news out of our jobless situation at the moment, the unemployment rate being far lower now on the back end of the JobKeeper payments than anybody expected. That is the good news, and maybe some of us will see some wage rises over the next year.